Right.
All right, so going down south, the NFC South, Saints finished 13-3 last year, won the division, and we'll start with Tyler. Buy, sell, or hold the New Orleans Saints.
I'm gonna sell, but
Ooh.
not much. I'd say they're
It's
more
harder
of
with these higher win percentages.
because of it's literally like the 49ers, Saints, and Packers all had the same record. I don't think any one of those three teams is going to make it to 13 wins just because the NFC is so loaded.
stacked,
I think you are going to have at least 10 wins to get in the playoffs, but I'm willing to bet the number 1 seed in the NFC doesn't have more than 12 wins tops just cuz it's just so loaded. So I think they're more of an 11 or 12 win team. The Falcons are still the Falcons. Matt Ryan is still, Matty Ice. The Buccaneers have improved a lot. The Panthers pretty much stink. So I think they still win their division.
We'll see. I think Teddy Bridgewater will do well.
But I think they do have games against the heavy hitters of the NFC, and they are going to come out the loser on some of those games, just like the Packers and 49ers are going to this year as well. I could be surprised, and like one of those teams comes out like 15-1. Who knows? But I really do think that there's going to be a lot of attrition to get to the end of the season in the NFC. Like, you're going to be beat up by the time you get there. So sell, but not a hard sell, like 11, 12 wins.
I'm going to sell, and that's because I think the Falcons, the Bucks, and the Panthers are all going to I'll just say it now. I'm going to buy on all of them pretty much. Well, I guess you can't because they play in the same division, but I could buy on all of them is what I'm trying to get at. I think everybody in this division is going to be really good. So it's similar to what you're saying. I think it's going to be a harder road for them to get to, say, a 13-3. So I will sell, but I could still see them winning 9 to 10 games. So I will sell in the same.
They still have great continuity that no other team in the NFL has now.
Yeah, because Brady leaving, they have the longest tenured quarterback coach relationship.
And Thomas is unstoppable. So sorry.
Yeah. And they're still loaded on offense.
I mean, I really like the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be the 1 seed in the NFC this year. I think they're the best team in the NFC coming into the season. Well, I mean, we'll see how they do in the playoffs. They've been obviously struggling a little bit in the playoffs, but I do think that they will be. I think I like them. I have 13 wins for the Saints this year. I think that they are going to be really really good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't not hold. I just think it's just going to be so rough.
No, I agree that the NFC is loaded.
Well, yeah, but I could totally see them getting the number 1 seed in the NFC. Absolutely.
That's why I think they'll deserve the number 1 seed too if they do that, because again, everybody in the South is going to be better this season. I think.
Well, the NFC South is facing the NFC North, who I think we kind of all seem to agree are probably the two best.
Most competitive,
very top heavy. Yeah.
NFC North is always
especially very top heavy.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the Falcons. They went 7-9 last year. Finished second place. Brandon, buy, sell, or hold the Atlanta Falcons.
I like the Falcons. I'm going to buy. I think they get up to 9. I think they're above 500 this year.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's because of the addition of Todd Gurley?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Todd Gurley's an improvement over Devontae Freeman, and
for sure.
They still got Julio. They still got Matt Ryan. They still got Calvin Ridley. I mean, they got a lot of guys on offense. Yeah. If they can play any defense whatsoever, I mean, you saw there last year. They started 1-7 and finished 7-1 or something like that.
That's good coaching.
Like
including beating the Niners.
Yeah, this. I think this team is going to be pretty solid this year. Again, not in the playoffs, but above 500.
I'm gonna buy, but I'm gonna put them at 8-8. I think they will succeed late in the season like they did last year, but I'm on the fence. I don't really know if I could see them as the wild card. But yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'm probably every team I'm going to buy here except the Saints, because I think they all improved over the offseason. But I'll say 8-8 Falcons, so I buy them as well.
Okay. I'm going to buy them, too. I think they're definitely better than 7-9. And I'm going to go one better. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to be the 7th wild card.
Okay.
I think they're good enough to be that.
This division with the Bucks getting Gronk and Brady,
That's my surprise team this year, even though I hate the
they
Falcons.
raise the level of competition for the South. The South is going to be such a toss-up this year. Speaking of which, and I'll start it because you guys got your homer picks first. I'll get mine. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-9 last year, finished right behind the Falcons. If Jameis didn't throw that 30th interception, they'd be in second place.
That's an NFL record, man.
I mean,
Yeah,
one
30
too many
for 30,
interceptions.
buddy.
It was only one too many.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just saying.
Right. It was
That
just
was-
that one.
That was the one to get the Falcons in the second slot.
If it wasn't for that 30th interception.
Yeah, and every time the Vikings haven't been to the Super Bowl in my lifetime is because of one kick. Yeah. All right.
All right, so the Bucks went 7-9 last year. Obviously, everybody knows they got Gronk. They just kind of just plucked the Patriots here. They got Gronk. They got Brady. They got Fournette. And then you got returning Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard. All these weapons on offense. Defensively, they've got Devin White, who played really well his rookie year. Levante David, who is, I think, one of the most underrated linebackers in the league right now. He's consistently
He
a
is
Pro
really
Bowler for a bad team. I think that says a lot about his abilities. I think this is the year the Buccaneers get back into the playoffs. I am buying the Bucks. Shocker, I know, homer pick, but I'm buying the Bucks, and I say 10 wins. I think 10-6. Tyler?
Yeah, I'll buy them. I think I don't know. It's going to be for me between the Falcons and the Bucks for that 7th playoff seed. I do like the Falcons and the Bucks about equally. It could go very, very wrong for the Buccaneers.
It could be very
it
much
could be the
2010
experiment.
Philadelphia.
Oh
Was
my
that
God.
dream
The
team?
experiment could just be like, oh my God, this is. I'm not saying it will because Brady's too good, and Bruce Arians is a hell of a coach.
Yep.
He really is. He knows how to get the
Well,
best out of his players.
That's
so,
what I'm saying. It's Chip Kelly versus Bruce Arians, and we're talking about the Philadelphia Dream Team versus the Buccaneers
right.
Dream
Yeah.
Team.
But I think Chip Kelly sucks. I was so glad to see him fail in the NFL. Anybody who's got that much, I think Buccaneers, and I think at the end of the season it's going to come down to a tiebreaker between the Falcons and the Buccaneers for that 7th spot. I know who my playoff picture is forming in my head as I'm going. So,
All right. Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Bucks as well. I think I got them. I got them at 11 wins. I mean, up there, pretty securely in the playoffs. They're just so happen to be behind the Saints, so they won't get a home game. But
I think the Fournette signing changed my perspective a lot too, because they have a very they went out and got something they haven't had, and that is a deep backfield. So yes, they're going to start. Was it Barber? Right? Yeah, they're going to start
Ronald Jones.
Yeah. So the Bucks have been so unlucky at running back. I don't even know anymore. But Ronald Jones is going to be the starter. But they also have Shady McCoy. They also have Fournette now, and I think that changed because I was thinking 8-8, but now I bumped it up to 10 because of that, and I think it'll be an interesting season.
Well, the concern for me is pass defense, as it was very
Yes,
bad last year,
yes,
as we
yeah,
all know.
that was their big weakness
and
last year for sure.
who knows if their run defense was rated very high, but I don't know if that's because their run defense was actually good or because they were getting torched in the air, so you just kept throwing it.
Well, their front seven is pretty solid. It's the backfield that's really hurt them.
So I
'Cause
think
they got Sue back, they got JPP back, they've got Vita Vey. I think he'll do really well. So we'll see.
yeah. So I think that's going to be where they will either crash or because they're going to score points. They're going to score points, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
there's too many.
But as long as they can, and Brady's not going to throw 30 interceptions,
Hell no.
obviously. And that was a big reason why the Buccaneers were not very good last year. So
So it was 33 touchdowns. He's also not going to throw 33 touchdowns.
no, he probably won't throw 33
because
touchdowns.
he won't need to throw it that much.
They do have an underrated offensive line.
Yeah, they do. By the way, Hawkeye fans, shout out to Tristan Wirfs. He is starting for the Buccaneers at tackle. All right, so wrap up the NFC South. Carolina Panthers, they were 5-11 in 2019. Brandon, we'll start with you. Buy, sell, or hold the Panthers.
Well, I've got everybody else in the NFC South going up, so somebody's got to go down. And I really don't think Carolina's got much of anything this year. They got Christian McCaffrey, and then what else?
I am buying them, but I still think they're going to have a losing season.
I got Carolina. At best, they'll match their 5 wins. I think they will be having a top 5 pick this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy them, but slight, very slight. I see them going 6-10,
Same.
maybe 7-9. At the very best, going 7-9. I think they're going in the right direction. I think getting Teddy Bridgewater is a step in the right direction, but they've got to give him more weapons because you can only use CMC for so long.
Well, DJ Moore's coming on, and
we'll see about that.
Curtis Samuel, I had him on my fantasy team last year. He was really good.
So you're in the same boat. You're buying.
But I had that I think it's Ian Thomas as their starting tight end. He had some crazy awesome games last year. But yeah, I think signing Matt Rule to a 10-year contract or 7-year contract, sorry. I think that's a good idea to say, like, hey, we're going to let you have the time to
build it. Yeah.
Right. So, but I don't think you're going to see results this year.
No.
You still got the best by far running back in the game, but that's about it. I like Teddy, but I think I'm more Brandon than with you, where 5 is their best. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a very slight buy.
Right.
Very small
Yeah,
buy.
it's the same. Yeah, same thing with myself and the Saints.